What you do to one side of the equation, you must do to the other. Because equal means the same. So you can't do something to one side and not do it to the other. We're going to look at a whole bunch of just kind of convoluted ones of these. This should be very quick and a review. One-step equations, isolate the variable. If I've got something like x plus 2 equals 10, solving that really easily would be to do, how would we do that?
10 minus 2 equals x.
Why are we doing 10 minus 2 equals x?
2 plus. Like you just, that's like.
Presley?
You want to get just the variable on one side, so if you have to take away 2 from the left side of the equal sign, so you also have to take it 2 away from this one.
Why am I subtracting by 2?
To get rid of the plus 2.
Because Nika says the opposite of addition is subtraction. Cool. How would I do something like this guy? 3x equals 12. Divide what by 3? Well, not just 12, because if I just divide 12 by 3, then I have 3x equals 4. I have to divide both sides. Whoa, hold on. I have to divide both sides by 3. Right? Because 3 divided by 3 is going to leave me with 1x. And 12 divided by 3 is? Cool. X equals 8. It's not about the answer, it's about the method. Because I guarantee you, as soon as I make these things more complicated, you're going to be like, I don't know what to do anymore. You can't just, the danger with how you get taught these things in middle school is because you get taught by people who aren't actually math teachers and don't actually care that you learn the math. They care that you get the right answer at the end of all things. And I don't care that you get the answer right. I do care that you get the answer right. But I want you to be able to get there consistently. Let's go back up here now, because you've already given me 2 examples of this. When we isolate the variable, to get what it means to isolate the variable is the coefficient on that variable has to be 1, meaning there is nothing out in front of that variable, and everything else is on the other side of the equal sign. We do this, as Nika and a whole bunch of you have already said, by using opposite operations. Because we want to undo what is written to get rid of it, effectively. So the opposite of division is multiplication. The opposite of addition is subtraction. So I've got something like this. X minus 3 equals 14. You know the answer is 17, but how'd you do it? 10 me. Why are you adding 3 to 14? But you're not taking it to the next side. What are you doing? But how? We have x minus 3, and I want to get rid of it. If I'm subtracting by 3, the opposite operation of subtraction by 3 is what? Addition by 3. So if I add 3 on this side, I have x minus 3 plus 3. Minus 3 and plus 3, what's going to happen to those? They're going to cancel out. But whatever I do to one side, I've got to do to the other to maintain that equality. So yes, I know, the end result is the same. So you might say, well, why does it matter? At the end of the day, I've moved it over. But how you think about it actually matters, because as soon as we make it a little bit more complicated, you're not going to be able to do it. Danny.
So are we basically taking the whole thing and flipping it this way and then changing the signs so that they're opposite?
No.
Okay, because with that one it's like 14 plus 3 equals x. Like it's just instead of x minus 3 equals 14.
Yeah, so I added 3 to this side to cancel out. So I have x minus 3. I want x by itself, so I want to get rid of subtraction by 3. To get rid of subtraction by 3, I have to add 3. Well, and whatever I do to one side, I have to do to the other. I'm not flipping anything. What am I doing here? I'm going to multiply 4 on both sides. Why am I multiplying by 4? Because what am I doing with this for? What's happening with this x and this 4? I'm dividing them. So if I multiply 4 here, what happens when I multiply by 4 and divide by 4? It's the same as multiplying by... No, because multiplying by 0 turns into 0. 1, because I can multiply and divide in any order, right? So 4 times x over 4, I could do 4 divided by 4 first. That's going to cancel, leaving me with 1. But whatever I do to one side, I have to do to the other. Multiply by 4, leaving me with negative 8. I'm going to be real picky here. I do actually want to see you write it out the way that I've been writing it up, because I want to make sure you actually understand what's happening here. So let's talk them all through, and then we're going to be done. This is all I'm getting you to do today. It's a short block. Well, maybe not all I'm going to get you to do today. What time is this block actually in? Well, we have half an hour. Now we're going to keep going. Okay, so what do I do? Carolyn, I'm going to add 10 to both sides. I'm subtracting by 10. I want to undo it. So we're going to add 10 to both sides. Here it's going to cancel. What do I have left? 7. So Carolyn just took the easiest one. Good luck, rest of you. Here we go, number 2. Who wants to do it? Someone new. I'll start pulling on people. Yes, sir.
Minus 8.
Why am I subtracting by 8? What if I had this? That's what I want to make sure you notice. It doesn't matter what in this question, it doesn't matter what operation you're doing here. It matters whether or not the 8 is positive or negative. This 8 is positive. So to get rid of it, what do I have to do to it? That's why we're subtracting by 8. And whatever I do to one side, I do to the other. That's going to cancel, leaving me with a positive x. 4 minus 8 is? Cool. Someone new. Number 3. 10 meet.
So it's going to be negative 4 plus 4?
Okay, we're going to add 4 to both sides. Love it. Because it doesn't matter what's happening here. It matters whether or not that 4 is positive or negative.
And then negative 9 plus 4.
Love it. Leaving me with?
Negative 5.
Cool. They're getting progressively more difficult. Who's next? Danny, I see that hand.
Nope, that's not him.
That was yawning.
Yeah.
Okay, Rebecca.
You add 2 times the x to 2 and then add 3 to 2.
Cool. Leaving me with x equals? Fantastic. Number 5. Nika. Yeah, because there's nothing written, it's multiplication. Yeah. Here they cancel, leaving me with? Love it. Cool, number 6. Keep going. Yes, Harwin. Careful. It's not 3 divided by 9. It's not 9 divided by 3. It's 3 divided by 9. No. That becomes a fraction you have to reduce. Like 3 divided by 9, we can't do that nicely. I mean, so shove it in the calculator, it gives you a repeating decimal. But division is the same as writing things as a fraction. So I've just got a fraction here. I've got 3 over 9. So then to reduce it, I divide my numerator and my denominator by 3, giving me x equals a third. Nika. No. Because one's 3 and one's a third. Because this one says, so like what this one actually is saying is, what times 9 equals 3? And Nika, the one that you said would be, what times 3 equals 9? You see how those are different once I word it like that? Okay. Number 7, Danny.
Multiply the x by 2, and then multiply the 6 by 2, and then x equals 12.
Cool. And then the last one, number 8. Yeah, Aminette.
It would be 2 over 3 times 3 over 2,
Ooh. Love it.
and then same on the other side.
So I'm multiplying by, I'll zoom this thing in a little bit here. It's really small. So I have 2/3 x, so you wanted me to multiply this thing by 3 over 2. What's that going to do to these two fractions?
It's going to equal 1, so just 1x.
It's going to equal 1, so if you multiply by a flipped fraction, yeah, I like it. So that's just going to give me x. What do I have on the right-hand side?
18 over 2, which is 9.
Love it. Questions, comments, concerns about what happened there? I see some. Yeah, oh, absolutely. Do you need a minute? Always, always, always reduce where you can. That's not finished. Yes, Kyla. What do you mean? Where did we flip? Here? So there's a few ways you can talk your way through this question. I like how she chose to do this. So the reason she did this is because she wanted something, like Eminent recognized we need to have a coefficient here of 1. Right now the coefficient's 2/3. You cool with that? The question is, what do I multiply 2/3 by to give me 1? When you're dealing with a fraction as a coefficient, the easy thing to do is to flip the fraction so that you multiply by the reciprocal. Because if I have 3 over 2 times 2 over 3, 3 times 2 is 6, 2 times 3 is 6, and 6 over 6 is 1. That'll always work that way. Multiplying a fraction by its reciprocal will always give you 1. Oh, whoops, I cut it off the page. Cool? Okay. This should be relatively easy, I hope. So flip the page here. I want you to do odds. The question is, am I going to do 2 lessons today or 1? I don't know, because we still have like 25 minutes, and it's a weekend, so I can give you lots of work. It's not like this is this should not be overly difficult. Okay, so you're going to do this page odds, and this chunk odds. These 2 pages, 1 to 30 odds. And then do I give you, yeah, we're going to give you these ones too. Flip the page again, and you'll notice that there's two of the awesome things. South side, you're going to look at books that were never written. And north side, you're looking at the difference between a yam and a TV announcer. I don't know, we'll see how things go, and your market said giver. We'll see how it goes. South side is books that were never written. North side is the difference between a yam and a TV announcer. We'll see how that goes. Carolyn. What does that mean? What are you doing?
It just means that I do it on both sides. Like I make one line and then plus 2, that means on both sides plus 2. And over here as well.
Oh, you're just writing down on the right hand side. Oh, that's a line. That's not 1 minus.
No, it's a line.
Sure, you're just writing down what you're doing to us. Sure, that's how you want to do it.
How do I do this question?
I didn't assign it. That is odds. Sure. Is that ever true? Is that statement true? It doesn't have to have a variable. It just has to be a true or not mathematical statement. Is that a true mathematical statement or is it a false mathematical statement? So if it's a false mathematical statement, we say it's undefined. That's all you'd write. So reason I assigned odds, not evens. Okay. Next, you multiply by a negative number. So how do you undo multiplication by a negative number? No. If I multiply, well, if I was multiplied by 6, how would you get rid of it? Yeah. If it was, no, if it was 4 equals 6b, how would I get rid of the b? Or get rid of the 6 from the b? Okay, so but now it's negative 6.
On the first page?
Yes. What's the mathematical operation where I go with negative 6 and
Like plus 7, plus 7.
sorry?
Yeah, and then
Divide by negative 6. This. Is that a true or false mathematical statement? If you, no, you don't cross it out. You write that it's undefined. Yeah. Yes.
15. Because you have -4 equals -6.
Right.
But
What's the mathematical operation of that?
does it want us to add 6?
No, what are you doing? What are you that? What are you doing with the -6 and the b?
Multiplying it. So you're dividing it. So you divide it by -6, or what do you do?
If you're multiplying, if it was 6b, you divide by 6. So if it's -6b, you divide by -6.
-4 divided by -6.
Right.
And then, okay.
That really bothers you, though.
Because it just doesn't, like, that doesn't.
So then on this side, what do you have left? The -6, and then divided by -6 is 1. You're just left with b
Yeah.
equals -4 over -6.
Right.
So then reduce that fraction. It's -4 over -6.
Wait, you just reduce it?
Yeah, division is just a fraction.
Oh,
You can't actually do the division, it's a fraction. Well, if the top and bottom are both, if you're dividing negative by a negative, then your final answer is
wait,
b equals.
wait, I am, oh, it is.
Right, so b equals 2/3.
Okay.
And you're done.
Okay. And then you have odd on this side.
Same thing, yeah. You look at whether or not, it doesn't matter if it's a variable or not, you have to ask yourself if that's a true mathematical statement. So if it's a true mathematical statement, we just say there's nothing to say. That's just, yeah, it's true. But if they throw that down there and it's not a true mathematical statement, you'd say no, this is undefined. There's a reason I didn't assign evens on this one, because just don't even bother looking at 30. Yeah. What do you mean? What do the instructions say? Okay. So what's wrong with 23? What are you doing? No, tell me what you've done. No, tell me what you did. What do you mean you don't know what you did? Okay, don't tell me what's happening in the question. What do you mean? Okay, what's happening in the question? So you have Q divided by what? Okay. So how do you undo division by 4? Okay, by. Okay, so we're going to multiply both sides by 4. It's going to cancel. So then multiply by 4. What is 5/16 times 4? How do you multiply a fraction by a whole number? Make what into a fraction? So what's the fraction? Yeah. Except you're not going to be done yet because there's something you haven't dealt with on the left-hand side. Sorry? What else is there with the Q? It's not Q, it's negative Q. We have to get rid of that negative. So what is a negative in front of a number? Okay, so how do you undo timesing by negative 1? Times by negative 1 again. So we're going to multiply by negative 1, cancel that, times by negative 1. So you're going to get Q equals negative what? I'll let you finish it up. Yes, Angel. Yeah. The letter shows up in both those places.
Would this be times by -4? Would it just be 4 and then you plug the negative at the end? Like,
You could do it in one big step, multiply by -4, yeah. Save you some work at the end. Yeah. What do you mean? So here you're adding -6. So to cancel out addition by -6, you have to add 6. Because -6 plus 6 is going to give you that 0. What are you doing? Yes.
You've had another, like with flipping the fraction to get one, you said, oh, I like the way she did that, but you said like there could be another way to do it?
Yeah, you can break that up into 2 steps. Because multiplying by 2/3 is the same thing as multiplying by 2 and dividing by 3.
Oh, I see.
So she could have multiplied both sides by 3, got rid of the denominator, and then divided both sides by 2. Yeah. She just did it in one step.
So you take this, and then you want to make this 1, and so you flip it. This becomes 2 and 6, and it becomes 3 and 6. And then you do the same thing, you take the flip the fraction, and you multiply it by 4, and then you get 2 over 2, which is the same thing, 2 goes into 12, 6 times 6, and then g equals 6. Or 6 and 10. Oh, I just noticed it, yeah. That's right. So, when you answer this, right?
So, have you figured out the books that were never written, Kyla? Angel? Not yet? Anyone else figured out all the books? You want the last book? The last question. Oh, the books that were never written is actually harder than the other one. I should not have put that one in there. I oopsed. Shoot. Dang it. Yeah, I might have to. Dang it. Oh well. Well, the south side is just going to have to be better than you guys, the north side. The sheet I assigned you guys is actually harder than the sheet I assigned the north side. Yes. I have more faith in the south side of the... No, that's not true at all. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Bell's going to go here in less than a minute. Feel free to pack up. I will tell everyone what this front corner overheard. Okay, guys, if you could not talk for a sec, that'd be lovely. Carmen. Nope, don't move. If you're struggling the south side with the books that were never written, there's multiple steps for some of those questions, and I meant to assign that page later. That's okay. If you're struggling with that, you can always switch to what is the difference between a yam and a TV announcer for a little bit of an easier time. So north side, if you want to challenge yourself, you can always take a look at the books that were never written. I'll see you Monday. Have a great weekend. Get out of here. Get.